Hello, welcome to Channeled Messages with Sandra. Today is Saturday, May 13th, 2023. I didn't check, although I wrote it down. I don't know why I can't remember that. So, thank you for joining, for those that do join, for those who were thinking about it. You'll watch the next one. So, yeah, welcome to Channeled Messages with Sandra. Today we're going to do Zodiacs. I'm going to have one little psychic tip because I hear from a lot of people, how do I improve? How do we do this? I don't hear, I don't see, I don't know, nothing's happening. It's a practice. It's a muscle. Some people, yes, some people are born a particular way. Some people just know, always know. And even your knowing, you practice that. Figure out why you're feeling that. Journal. Write it down. I'm feeling this. Why? What else happened that day? Be conscious of it. Be aware. Being aware. Psychic ability, intuition increases with practice. Okay, thanks. All right. Going to do one group card, and we're going to, I have several decks out. I don't know, I always feel guided, so we'll see. Group card is going to be, and it's general. You take what resonates, if it feels good. Sometimes we have to put it aside for a later date, but it's still for you. Sometimes you're listening to your zodiac, and it's actually for your friend who's not that zodiac sign. It happened that way, because then you need to deliver the message. Need, in quotes, free will. Okay, people pick on me. Or they'll comment, like, why do you keep that card in the deck? I keep these cards in the deck. If you've heard the story, sorry. One time, many moons ago, when I first started doing cards, because I just used the mediumship and I didn't use cards for years. And I accidentally kept the card in the deck, and that was with the Crystal Vision deck. I love that deck. And it popped up with a gentleman, and I said, oh, and we just started. It's intuition. Follow your intuition. And I just started channeling, like, oh, you're supposed to be writing your next thing and journaling more, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. And it turns out he was indeed a published author of several books and magazines and articles. Just that's what I'm getting for the group. It's be careful what you read, what you learn, and what you print. Make sure if it's something to do with research, make sure you have your research. Don't just listen to someone else's research. You must do your own. It can help guide us. But if you're going on a vacation even, and what's going around the world is fine, but even just as simple as going on a vacation, you're not just going to listen to the travel agent or your friend who visited there, because everyone has different experiences. This is, make sure you're reading the contracts. Make sure you understand what's going on in the world and in your life. Make sure you know. We get a little lazy, if you will. And we don't want to know everything. This is, if you're going to expand your mind and expand your intuition, you need to know everything. That's wisdom. Spirituality is knowledge. Start writing. Keep a journal. All right, that's group. Thank you. Now, as a group, general, whomever it resonates with. So that's the one card for that. All right, we're going to move on to Taurus, because we're in Taurus season still. I'm guided to use the energy deck. So let's, we bless, we channel, we clear. We'll put our intentions. Okay. Taurus. Woman holding a coin, which is funny. Somebody's just calling me now who's actually a Taurus. Woman holding a coin. Number 42. This is absolutely stunning. And she's got the black cap there. So this is going deep, holding the coin. Why is she holding the coin? So I'm not getting that she's holding on so tightly. However, it's like, if you want to borrow from me, go back and listen to the group, the one card for the group, because this pertains to this also. And it usually will pertain to most of the signs, if not all. If you want to borrow from me, you need to put in contract, in writing, when you're going to pay, how you're going to pay. Even if it's a friend or a relative, because one, it does help promote responsibility. We're not everyone's teacher, but we are everyone's teacher. We don't have to do it in a condescending way. And you're going to hear noises. The window's open, it's warm, and the fan's going. Oh, and the lawn mower or something. There's no accidents, because I'm thinking of outdoors and the soil and the ground. This is also bury. Bury some of your treasure. Don't let everyone know what you have. I know there's people that talk about their income and talk about this. Don't let everyone know what you have. Stop that. There's no reason for it. I understand that some families are open about it. If that works for you, then that works for you. But honestly, not everyone needs to know your business. But we also don't want to be tight-lipped so much that people don't get to know us, or don't understand when we say we can't afford something. I can't afford to always go to the movies. I can't. Or I can afford, why can't you? You know, so there's a little balance there. All right, that was Taurus. Thank you, Taurus. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini gets a woman. A lot of holding today. Woman holding a heart. Not every Gemini listening, or if you have a friend or relative listening, and you're not the Gemini, but you have a relative or friend. This feels like the heart was put on display, and it was like, ouch. What the hell did you do? What happened? This was my beauty. This was my love. This was my inner being. This was my inner child. This was my... why? And we have to come to the conclusion that just some people and some journeys and some contracts, whatever you want, are like that. And we have to hold our own heart to repair it, to love it. Gemini, this is a reminder that you're a good soul. Most of you, if you're following, you're good. We do the best we can. You see the heart on her arm, though? At the black heart. I'm seeing it as, yes, if you were involved with somebody who you might view as having a black heart or partial black heart. I wrote a poem one time, and it said, you know, let the poison be sweet. It wasn't. It was from the black hearted part of their heart. Because the whole heart wasn't black. Wasn't even dominant, but it was a lot. So are you holding on to someone else's black heart, if you will? Let it go. See how big that one is as opposed to that little thing? Let it go. Let it go. Let go of any hurts, harms, haunts. Release, release, release. And if you think you're holding on to someone else, let them go. If they're not yours, if you're not supposed to have them in your life. Supposed is always in quotes, because this feels ill-fated. Use your own intuition when it comes to those type of decisions. You'll know. We know, ultimately, if something's good for us, or if we're hurting others. Sometimes, I'm not talking about being caught in that energy. Sometimes we are caught in that energy. It's a train running off the rails. So practice that. Practice being in your body. Practice being in your mind. Practice being in your heart. Okay. Thank you, Gemini. Okay. Moving on to Cancer. Aw, Cancer. Caring connections. Right now, many of you, If you're not experiencing this at the moment, I'm surprised. It feels like relation, and I'm a channeler, intuition, and you know, you learn the cards somewhat, but it's intuition, and I'm telling you, well, these are more oracle. I'm seeing 1 and 5, adding them up, and it's a 5. This is a change. This is a change, but not a true obstacle. This is a change in a love connection, and it's going to be more caring, or you're finally meeting somebody who's extremely caring. It feels extremely caring. Definitely start with ourselves, start with our hearts. Always you first. And then they come second. We can be equals up to a point, but it's still always you first. Not in a hubris, greedy way, just you first. Always. Cancer, love is coming. What are you going to do about it? Thank you. Okay, moving on to Leo. Ooh, Leo, you got the thinking man. I have to tell you, I'm getting like it's too much thinking. We relax. But at the same time, you see how he's staring into these crystals? If you're don't have a meditation practice already to go within to understand your life, to understand spirituality, to understand divine connection, it doesn't hurt. In fact, it helps tremendously to get a good crystal. Yeah, quartz. You could use quartz. You could use others. And gaze into that. You know, scrying, ball gazing. They call it a lot of different things. Even sun gazing. Research that one. This is gaze. Gaze into the heart of that stone. That's what I'm hearing. Gaze into the heart of the stone and let the birds be your guide. I just heard that. Let the birds be your guide. Don't think too much, but investigate. So whatever you need to investigate, that's what you do. All right, thank you, Leo. Moving on to Virgo. Ooh, Virgo, you got door to value. 31. 31's an extremely, I don't want to say prosperous. It's a profound number. Can go very deep, the 31. And we know it's 3s and 1s and 13s even. Very profound, very magical. People that are born with 1s and 3s are usually have a little bit, I'm going to say a little bit more power than the average, but power just means either they know how to use it, manipulate it, they just have access in a different way. Not all, just, you know, quite a few. This is a big option. You have a door that's opening to you. And it's already opened. You have a choice to slam that closed and say, I am not ready for what's coming, or blow it open. Open that whole thing and say, yeah, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something wonderful. I'm ready, because door to value. Value is, it's valuing. Now, yes, can a lesson be valuing, even a hardship lesson? Sure. I want my heavier glasses. They keep falling down, sorry. But here's the thing. Virgos, this time period, all the way up until your birthdays, approximately, maybe even further to October, this, you should be raking it in. Raking in love. It doesn't mean all of them and all at once and continuously, but raking each category in. You should be finding money on the street, on the floor, on the counters, in the wash machine. You should be hearing from people from your past that are sending you good luck and good love and good wishes. You should be meeting and being introduced to people that are going to be helpful in all your endeavors. And if your endeavor is just to, you know, smaller, it's not, like some people don't have a big picture. They're just like, I just want to live my life. It's still going to happen for you. So, yay. All right. Thank you, Virgo. Moving on to Libra. Libra, 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 Libra. Oh, you got man holding a coin. A lot of holding today. And I do recommend to everyone to listen to the one card group reading, because quite frequently they pair with what the card that you got. So he's supposed to be coming off, and I say supposed to just in case it's not your thing, but he's supposed to be coming off a little bit more sexy and sensual. And so Libra, this is a reminder to take out your sex kitten, take out your sensuality, take yourself out if you have to, date yourself. It really does help. A lot of people say, "Oh, yeah," but it really does help and work. And to go out more. It doesn't mean to get into a relationship if you're not in one, or if you're in one, doesn't mean to hook up with someone. Free will, you do what you want. But this is go exploring. And on the literal side, I'm seeing someone holding your money. However, it's either money that's owed to you. Feel comfortable to say, listen, this is what's owed. I'd like it back. I'd like it returned. If it's something where you can ask for interest, fine. That's why we always recommend contracts. Contracts notarized. Doesn't mean you're going to take your daughter to court. You can. It teaches good lessons. Or not. But it does promote goodwill. It does promote responsibility. He's not holding on to that tightly. Libra, there's somebody who has your money, and it's either they're dangling it like a carrot. That could very well be a narcissist, so please, because it's also a sensuality card, and we know that most of them are very charming. And that's why some people can be messed up for years after having an interaction with them. So bear that in mind. What is someone dangling? Sometimes they dangle lessons. Sometimes they dangle money or promotions. They can dangle friendship. They can dangle love. They can dangle everything, like a little carrot, and then take it away and then bring it back. There's a whole bunch of words you can look up, from gaslighting to all that stuff. Watch who you're doing business with. There you go. Thank you, Libra. Moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, you get Angel of Strength. You have, and it's number 50, but it's 5. There's something about the 5 and the 50 that's very empowering here with this card. I'm going to show it to you. Okay. Not getting the other side of this card can be a little harsh. It can be something's going to happen that you're going to need strength. And while that still can be true, and for some of you it will be, this is someone telling you and you telling others, watch your back. This is watch your back. But as we know with angels and lions, because that's what's in the card, they're not always immortal. They're not always long living. What they expect isn't always what they get. And sometimes, even with the people that watch our back or any of our backs, they can fly away in a second if they don't particularly agree any longer with your behavior, with your line of work, or anything like that. But the Angel of Strength comes through when we really need them. Her, him, it doesn't matter. They come through, so there's going to be a time period, I'm hearing 3 to 5 months maybe, where you're going to, it might be sooner for some of you. Because I keep hearing 3 to 5 and there's a 5, so that's definitely change, and it's definitely, so some of you 3 to 5 days, average is 3 to 5 weeks, but some of you it's going to be 3 to 5 months. And hold on to those numbers, because it sounds like a big section, but it really, that's what it means. And hold on to those numbers. They're going to mean something. So even 38, 53. I'm telling you, there's light. See, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So whatever happens that you're keeping a watchful eye out for, it doesn't matter what happens. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And the angel of strength will be there to help you, to keep going, will help you, will help guide you, will help you when you fall, to pick you up. To remember that when we fall, we're picked up. We always envision the worst. And frequently it's not the worst. Doesn't mean it's great. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes the worst thing that can happen to us can be very, very freeing. And the angel of strength is there to help. So no matter what happens to you, to anyone, the angel of strength will be there for you. Okay, thank you, Scorpio. Moving on to Sagittarius, the temple path. Sagittarius, this is exploring your spirituality and your intuition deeper. Going in, there's so many meditations. Oh, I did one. Oh, but it's in group. Go into these places. Envision going into these places. Little gazebos, little sanctuaries, little rooms, someplace. Or whatever size. We don't want something huge necessarily, but envision yourself with a meditation, or envision yourself with, you're going there and that the temple path. Envision yourself in this space, whatever space it is. You close your eyes most of the time. There are some practices that we do it with our eyes open, but close your eyes. Make sure you're sitting, you're reclining, something you're comfortable. Close your eyes. You take your breath. Do several of those inhales and releases. And envision yourself in a room or the gazebo, or, you know, a little place that's lovely and your own creation, and envision your guides there, the one that will help you on your next leg of your journey, the issue that you're having right now. Listen to the responses when you ask them, what should I do? What's happening? How do I go? How do I succeed? How do I get over this? How do I get through this? You more than likely, some do, but you more than likely won't necessarily hear a response there. It's really a preparation with meditation like that sometimes. Well, it depends if you practice. Oh, hey, hold on. Oh, I'm not. If you practice a lot, you can get there quicker. But you will have an answer. But they come sometimes in symbol form or in dreams. When we're doing the dishes, or we're walking, vacuuming, something. That's how the answers will come. Take your temple path. Take your temple path, Sagittarius. This feels nice. Okay, thank you. Moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn. Ooh, Capricorn, you got the world. Now, I know it's an oracle card, but this is going to be very similar, except for one thing. World card is everything is at your fingertips. Which way are you going to go? This is ancient knowledge is at your fingertips. What are you going to do with that knowledge? Because some people abuse knowledge, as we've seen, especially the last 3 years. People have abused their station in life. People have abused the power, if you have their money. They have abused other people by the millions, and by the time they're done, obviously many billions. It depends what you want uncovered. There's that saying, you don't know what you don't know. So every time somebody says, oh, I know that for a fact. Yeah, there are some things that we can know for a fact. More than likely, especially if you were raised in the current education system, you know almost nothing. Because most of it has been lies. That's the facts. Oh, what's that? That's the fact, Jack. Oh, so if you're connecting with J's, oh, because I'm channeling, hold on. I keep hearing J, 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 so that, look at the, if it's a female, fine, but I'm really getting a male popping in. you missed their last breath before passing. They just gave it to me. In part, they might not have passed from it, but because my lungs hurting right here, just swallowing. So Capricorn, if you can connect with that, I'm always open to comments and feedback. Or if you're someone else, another sign, and you're listening to this, if it's for you, that's fine too. But all I keep hearing is J, 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 J Junior, J, 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 J Jimmy James, J, J, J. And I'm not going to do particular, but definitely the J's. Again, I'm getting more male. Sometimes they line up for me, because as a medium, I get a lot. So they line up for me. So if it's female also, that's fine, but I'm really hearing a lot of J's. Male. This is uncover the truth. Uncover the truth about the world. Uncover the truth about your world. It's not just the world. People are different. Turn your back on what no longer serves you and face the truth. I keep hearing face the truth. Okay, thank you, Capricorn. Moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius. Oh. Okay, so this is all tied up. Now you can see that she's tied up, but it's sort of like the fantasy, a little fanatical, I'm hearing. All tied up is usually our own. When we're tied this way, it's usually our own fault. We are not responsible in the physical. I'm not talking about soul contracts. We're not responsible necessarily for our traumas. Most of the time, high 90s, we're not. But we can be, again, high 90s, because sometimes the healing has a road all of its own. But we are responsible, high 90s, for our healings. So whatever you need to do to heal, this is expansion. This is, because this feels like contraction. You've been contracting for so long. I can't breathe, I can't move, I just can't. Well, that's, break the chains that bind you. And even the headdress. Like, what do you have on your head? If you're literally wearing something on your head, see if you can take that off. I know some people have to wear hats if they're outside all the time or for particular jobs. That's fine, obviously. But make sure you get it off and you massage. Give your head a nice hello. 23 is a beautiful number. And together it adds up to be 5, so that's just moving on. So in this case, the 5s will be moving on. It doesn't mean challenging. The only challenge that we have is overcoming what we're not doing for ourselves. The main challenge that we have is not seeing the future how we want it to be and then acting accordingly. Because frequently, I had several, more than several injuries in my lifetime. And I know that with each injury, if I wasn't taking care of it, I wasn't healing as quicker. Oh, wait, my mouth. I wasn't healing as quickly. When you talk a lot, sometimes your teeth get stuck on you. Your lip gets stuck on your well, there it is. There's no accidents, because you know how I channel some of you. If my lips are getting stuck on my teeth, what's getting stuck? What are you not saying, or what are you saying that maybe you shouldn't say? That's rarer, although there are people that say, like, you shouldn't say that. Why are you saying that? It's hurting people's feelings, or it's a lie, or, whatever. There's always an agenda. And sometimes the agenda can be pure of heart. Break free. Break yourself free. Thank you, Aquarius. Moving on to Pisces. Pisces gets 21. Oh, another holy number, because 2 and 1's are 3s. This goes also if you want to listen to the 1 card reading at the beginning. That's really doubling down for you. So this is strategy. journal a log. Journal log. So make sure you have, you know, the logs of the day. You know, the truck drivers have to have their log of how many hours they're driving, how many hours they're sleeping, their cargo, gas, and all that stuff. Captains, ship captains have to do that. Pilots, people, real estate, anything. Most people keep a log in those type of businesses. Keep a log of what you're spending. Everyone in your vicinity who you're in control of, if you will, keep a log of what they're spending. Have them do the same thing, because if they're young, it teaches and fosters responsibility and a knowledge that they're not going to learn in a government institution. So pay attention to that. But it's also, because it's the journal. I'm hearing trips, vacations. I'm hearing trips and vacation. There's more coming up for many of you. I almost said most, but they had me dial that back. And you see the key? On your journeys, there's going to be keys presented to you. Frequently, it's going to be literal. So even if you have to change your locks on the house or something, but there's going to be, it's not just the person who's handing you the key that's important. It's that whole, this is what I'm picking up. It's that whole moment, that whole scenario of picking up a key, getting a copy of the key. Somebody's handing you, almost like the keys of the kingdom, keys to their heart, keys to something. So pay attention to that. Okay, thank you, Pisces. Moving on to Aries. Aries, you got patience. It's true that many Aries can be a little impatient. They display patience, but inside, not necessarily. And sometimes their actions depict someone who's not patient. Figure it out. Figure it out where you need patience and where it's like you're done. Because sometimes we have patience, but it's time to move on. It's time. 16 is a lovely number. 1 and 6 is more holy. And here we have. So before, because that's the crystal, if you will. So crystals are good. You hold them on our heart. We can look into gaze. Crystal gazing is an excellent way to meditate and to send out and into our good thoughts into the crystal, and because it's still a creation, source from source. I know how I say it, my accent. So source. So see how you can meditate, and because this is things coming your way. I'm feeling everything from now into winter time is the preparation. So whether it's canning, growing your own food, stocking up on things, preparation. I keep hearing preparation. You need to prepare. And that clock tells us that time's ticking. Oh. I wish I could do that sometime. And the moons. 7, I keep hearing 7 moons. You'd think it would be 6, but it's not. I'm hearing 7 moons. Oh, it's in between 6 and 7 moons. Change of life. There's a change of life, 6 to 7 moons. I would go by full moons. Whatever moon we're coming up to next, the new moon, follow that pattern of 6 to 7 moons. There's a whole change, 6 to 7 of them. Crystals, I keep hearing crystals. So if you don't know much about crystals, you're welcome to ask here or look it up. Have a little bit more patience. Things, people, their hearts, emotions, things will defrost. And to be quite honest, sometimes they need to be cold. Like, I can love you, but I'm going to love you from over here. You be over there. There's some people, they need to be over there. I still love them from here, but there's something good coming your way. I'd love to know what. All right, thank you, Aries. Oh, that's it. Okay, so thank you for joining. Again, if something resonates, you like some parts of this, something comes up in the future, you know, hit like, subscribe, share, ask a question, comment. You are loved, and you are lovable. Tell yourself you're worthy. Tell other people that they're worthy. Get more knowledge. Practice your psychic ability. Practice your spirituality. Practice your intuition. Grow that muscle. Uncover things. Go play.